Tyler Chase Butler, Virginia.
Yes.
27 years old, was charged Tuesday with killing an 18-year-old high school senior, Michael Bosworth Jr., and injuring one of his friends during what police initially reported was an attempted burglary around 3 a.m. The Spotsylvania County Sheriff's Office said Butler claimed to detectives that a trio of teens were trying to break into his home. But the wounded teenager insisted they were only recording a prank that would later be shared on TikTok. Butler has been charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and use of a firearm in commission of a felony.
Was Butler in his own house?
Yes.
Butler was in his home.
They said
the part that they failed to mention in this report was other homes in the neighborhood had been burglarized. And the community was speaking to each other about, hey, be careful, homes are being burglarized in the area. So when he sees these three teens in his yard, ringing the bell or whatever they were doing,
they was
back
kicking
there.
the door. They claimed they was playing Ding Dong Ditch, right? Which don't even go like that.
No.
And it's
They were
three
kicking the door?
Yes, like trying to kick in the door, and it's 3 in the morning.
Oh no, you're getting shot.
Yeah.
You're getting shot.
You're getting shot.
You are absolutely getting shot.
I agree that you're getting shot.
Yes.
Yeah. If someone's kicking down my door at 3 in the morning,
Fam, if you're at
It's
my
over.
house and you're not ringing the bell at 3 in the morning,
if you're ringing my bell at 3 in the morning,
If you ring it, I'm still reaching.
you're not getting shot.
You're not getting shot.
But if you doing anything around the grounds or any of that, my nigga, you have no reason to be in my house.
And
at
just
3
to be
o'clock in the
clear,
morning.
they do not know each other. The three guys and Butler do not know each other at all.
No, there's
No.
Okay.
There's no prior history as of this report.
3 teens, the white teens,
Three white boys.
and the black man that
There's a
Butler's
homeowner.
black.
So my question to y'all was going to be: do y'all feel like this man should have been arrested?
No, not
But you
at
gotta get-
all.
You got to know that.
I didn't at first, but I thought about the
Stand your ground.
no the shooting on the movie Rust, where we were saying like
Okay.
just because someone was killed, the process should be started and he should be cleared.
Do
so
you-
I do think. But we would, so when I thought about that, I'm like, okay, I understand because again, they don't know the full situation at first. So, okay, we have a shooting here, 3 in the morning. This person shot him. We arrest him. As the details come out, we drop the charges, and he should be cleared 100%.
Do you think race play a role in this?
Absolutely.
I
because
think,
if,
well, I think race plays a
everything.
role in everything.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Can't ask
if
me
this
Same
was
thing when I saw it.
if this
If it
was
was
in
reversed,
reverse,
yeah.
if this was reversed and it was 3 black kids, one of them ended up dying, it was a white man, they would never even think to arrest him. They would interview him at his home and they would let him fucking stay there.
No,
that is,
they would process him.
I
That's all I'm saying,
don't
but maybe
not.
I don't
Maybe
believe
not.
that at
Well,
all.
Depends on the place.
They process Daniel Penny.
it depends on the place.
Daniel Penny's who?
Daniel Penny.
The guy
Well,
that choked up Train.
because
This is
people
New York.
because people and exactly that
So that's
people
what I just looked
witnessed
up. I just looked up the
murdering
Virginia
Jordan.
laws. I just looked up the Virginia laws. So I think that it's a case by case basis. I think that depending on whatever the law is in your state,
Yeah.
then they need to
You're
move
right.
accordingly. In Virginia, it says that you can use reasonable force in self-defense when they believe that they're in imminent danger of harm. So if 3 dudes are trying to enter my house at 3 o'clock in the morning,
That's
after there's been mad break-ins,
That's the definition
you
of
getting
imminent
shot,
harm.
my nigga.
I'm struggling with that.
Go ahead, y'all go ahead.
And I'll say this. I would do the same thing he did. And I wouldn't hesitate. But legally, it just gets gray in terms of what constitutes imminent. Like legally, like imminent, if someone's not back kicking my garage door and I'm in the bedroom, that's not such imminent. Legally, I could still get away. I could still escape. Like you don't have a legal duty to or legal right to protect property. You can only protect yourself.
Stand your ground.
But I don't believe that the focus should be on imminent. I think the focus should be on what he believes to be imminent.
Yep. And that's the police defense in every single one of these situations.
Absolutely.
They say, yo, I thought I was in fear of my life.
Yeah.
I thought that this person was gonna harm. Nigga
Even
could
though
be
they was completely
Nigga
unarmed.
could be 5'2",
Right.
70 pounds, you
Facts.
350, and you could say, yo, and Virginia has no stand your ground. Has stand your ground.
Right.
So you're right.
So in stand your ground, I don't have to run. I
Yeah.
can stand here. I don't have to be in retreat.
Right. But the problem is, if you upstairs and again, I'm not disagreeing with you in terms of I agree with everything he did. I'm just saying legally he's gonna have a tough road. I'm just saying it might be a tough case to beat, and the race part is gonna play a part of it because they give a lot more leeway
Race
for white
anyway.
people because the standard is what would a reasonable person do? What would a reasonable man do? Whereas with the cop, it's what would a reasonable cop do? The reasonable cop standard is different than a reasonable.
I don't
man
see
standard.
why you're saying you think he'll have a hard time.
Because people fear black people.
Well, I know the race part plays
No, I'm
a
just saying.
big
So
part.
That's
when,
a big
when you
part.
have a white jury and you say, "Yo, I was in fear of my life because this big black guy came at me,"
Right.
all of the jurors are gonna
say, yeah, I
Empathize
can
with
see
that.
that.
They can say it's reasonable.
I'm going to call to the stand all of the neighbors that have been burglarized.
True.
Because that plays a part.
It does.
Were any of them assaulted though?
So
Well, that doesn't matter.
It does. Listen to what I'm saying. You can't defend property. You can only defend yourself. So if my belief is that they're going to come in and steal my TV and leave, I can't shoot them.
No,
Wait,
but
hold
hold on.
on. I want to respond to that.
but
if
if
you're on property that you shouldn't be on at 3 a.m., then I am defending myself when I see you on my property. This is like the baby shooting at homeboy that was climbing the gate.
Yeah.
in certain circumstances, force can be used to defend property as well.
Right. In certain circumstances.
In Virginia.
Yeah. So the question.
This would be one of those times.
I would agree.
To me, I would think.
I'm saying the
Yo,
key-
listen.
It depends on what the letter of the law is. really.
The Castle Doctrine states that deadly force is generally permitted in one's home if there's reasonable belief that an intruder will cause bodily harm. So if
I don't know that.
if I catch these 3 dudes downstairs, so they might have got the burglaries off because the people were asleep. Now what happens if I'm coming downstairs and I trigger these niggas? Now it's a fight to
But
the
then
death.
also let's
Right.
Now it's kitchen knives involved. Now it's
Exactly.
potentially.
But
you get
then
what I'm
also
saying?
let's use some
and
other.
they would say, "Don't come downstairs. Stay upstairs."
No, but then fuck that.
See, this is what I'm saying.
You use some
certain
use some
states.
different
Right.
language because this is a home invasion, and when you change the language,
That's
you,
true.
you change
That's
how
true.
people perceive the incident itself.
But they didn't get in.
They were trying
They were
to.
attempting to.
Right.
They were trying, and so it looked, in prior experience or in prior situations, they had succeeded. That's
get
using
it.
that's using the idea that they are responsible for the burglaries in the neighborhood. And how many times do we see burglaries result in the homeowner, or
Being
people at home
killed
being
or
killed or
attacked.
maimed or
Yeah.
attacked or whatever the case is because the burglars get caught.
Yeah.
So. To me, this is the definition of imminent danger. And also, who the hell's thinking about legalities when you hear people trying to break
Word.
into your house at
Not
3 o'clock in the morning?
And hey, we saying here, a dude could be looking at the Ring camera. Now I'm watching people trying to get into my.
That's true.
Come
Yeah.
on.
No, I would.
Which
again,
makes me now be like, what? Let me go get this Roscoe.
Right. All I'm saying, I'm not saying I would do anything different than he did. I'm just saying legally, it's not as open and shut as people are
I
making it
understand what
sound.
you're
Like, I'm just saying they're going to be fighting over that. The prosecution wants him in jail. They're going to be using the word imminent, and they're going to say you weren't in imminent jail. They were outside your house. They were kicking on a garage. That's why they charged him, because they're saying it wasn't imminent.
But
It
that's
also
the crazy-
depends
gonna
on
be
the
the fight.
circumstances, right? Like if he gave them warnings, maybe shot a shot in the air or something like that,
Which you're not allowed to
and
do.
they okay, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
These,
not.
these are things that people do, and in practice they work.
Yeah,
But legally, if they decide to prosecute you for it, you can't. Like
did it.
Marissa Alexander shot
Yeah.
a warning shot in Florida, and
Ended
they
up
locked her up
getting
for
10 years,
Yeah,
yep.
like they don't. So I'm just saying, like, don't. This ain't gonna be an easy one. And the problem is in Florida, Virginia, Texas. A lot of times, the Castle Doctrine, and what's the other one? Stand Your Ground are laws that help white people.
I was about to say.
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
it's
I was
never
about to say,
easy
if it
one
was a
when
racially-
white person dies
yeah.
or is murdered.
Yeah.
But the
By
fact
a
If you're a
black
white person, you have no problem.
Yeah. But it seems like he was arrested based on the testimony of the people that were the guy who was not
The
testimony,
surviving
but like
teens.
exactly the surviving teen. So that's why he gets
Like, to me,
so
that
they
part-
basically take their word, and they're the ones committing the crime.
That part to me just seemed like they were trying to protect themselves real fast. Like
Yeah.
when I read this, I'm like, this probably was the niggas doing the break-ins, got caught and said,
And
no,
then
we wasn't
we
doing
was
that.
doing
We were
some
just
We
things
doing
have to justify being at this man's house at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right. And
What
do them
other way
TikTok
could we
stupid.
justify
Prank
it?
should not justify that.
At all.
No.
Or show us a track record of your TikTok pranks.
right,
Right. Right.
Show us your clips on TikTok.
Let me ask you a question. Somebody breaks in your house and you reasonably think they're just stealing. Do you still shoot?
Yep.
How can I reasonably deduce that?
That's why it might be an unfair hypothetical. I guess what I'm just asking, because Corey just said yes
I don't know
immediately.
what, I don't, yeah,
The saying
I don't know
in
what
the
just
hood
stealing
is
means.
you rather be caught with it than caught without it when something is happening.
Right.
So when
I'd rather be judged
there
by
is
12 than
this
carried
guy
by
is here
6.
to
I feel
steal.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking is because a lot of us, myself included,
I hate guns like I hate condoms. Don't like the feel to it, but gotta be safe, so I still use it. That boy was a beast. That boy was absolutely a monster. Don't play with him. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mark.
no.
What was that? Uncommon sense?
He playing with
That
you.
wasn't a good
All
line.
right, that was crazy.
But it's cool. It's all right.
He owed me that.
It's all right. Yo, no. What my man said on he's a dead dog. Yo, what?
All I'm
I'm
saying,
gonna light your ass up. Like
you can't
Christmas.
judge oh, maybe they won't do this or do this in that moment, bro. They in your crib.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying
if
what
they
the
here to
outcome is.
steal shit. What if I think the good shit to steal is in my room?
Right.
I've been in a situation where I was home where someone tried to break in my house and I grabbed a knife because that was what was right there and he ran off. So I guess to answer your question, no, I wouldn't immediately just kill the person trying to enter my house.
In my
I'm not even shooting to kill. You just shot.
I still wouldn't have shot.
Get them niggas
For
off.
me, it would be a little bit different
still
because I'd
wouldn't
have
shot.
different
He could have used
considerations.
hand-to-hand
Right.
combat.
You know,
Dexter
so yes, I am fucking shooting because I don't know why you're here. If you're here to steal or if you're here to
assault you, yeah.
to assault
Maybe
me.
you're
So
not
yes,
here
I'm
to-
fucking.
I'm shooting regardless
You
if
might
somebody's
be,
in my
yo,
house.
you could scare somebody and then their react. They might not have had no intention on doing. You know how many movies that should be watched? Yo, it's only supposed to be a robbery. It's only supposed to be a robbery, and then somebody spook them, and now the scary one done reacted and fucked this whole shit
Or
up.
one of the
No,
three
you
niggas
should-
is irrational.
Yeah, bro.
All right, what you'd have did, Parks, is he'd have showed yourself man tall with the knife, and then dude just kept walking forward.
Get your skinny ass out of here.
Right.
Yo,
Watch out.
How long ago was this?
5 years ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah,
Shit.
it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
At the end of the day, though, we can't use our gun to protect property. We can only use it to protect ourselves. So all I tell people is, if you're going to do it, just not to be make it. When the police come,
shoot to injure and not to kill?
shoot to kill, but tell the police that person. I mean, I'd be like, yo, he said he was reaching for a gun. He said you about to die.
No, in New Jersey, it's different because you like if you shoot him in the back, it's different than if you shoot him in the front.
I feel like
Well,
that
in
would be
Jersey, you
anywhere,
got to be careful. The last time somebody broke into my crib and tried to steal all my shit, there was really nothing I could do. She was so beautiful.
Damn.
You couldn't shoot
Yo,
her.
leave me some.
Couldn't do nothing.
Just had to stop
Leave me
fucking.
some. Damn.
Oh shit.
Neutral button.